Hello, yogis, and welcome to our Monday Vinyasa flow, where we bring the energy in. For today's practice, I'm going to utilize a block. So if you have a block handy, grab that. If you don't have a block, that's totally okay. This is going to be just as good without the block, but the block can add in a little bit extra resistance and awareness. So for today's practice, our focus is going to be the breath. And we are going to come into our vinyasa flow and take a couple deep breaths. So we're going to breathe into each posture, which usually our vinyasa flow is breath to movement. So it's very mobility based. We're going to breathe and stabilize as we come into these postures. 2 deep breaths. That's going to be our focus and our theme. Let's go ahead and start our practice today in our child's pose. Coming to the backs of your mats, big toes come to touch, knees come out as wide as feels comfortable in your body. Walking your fingers forward, letting your forehead rest down onto the mat. I encourage you here to close down your eyes and spread your fingers wide. Take a moment to rock the forehead from side to side. And then as you rock the forehead from side to side, press the torso from thigh to thigh. Settle into center as you start to become aware of your breath. Let's get that breath established. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Bring your lips to press, activate that Ujjayi breath, inhales and exhales through the nose. You can press your tongue against the roof of your mouth to create some restriction in the back of your throat. This restriction is a game changer. It really helps to expand the lung capacity, and it's really good for the mind to focus on the breath, and it helps us to take in full, complete inhales and exhales. So press the tongue against the roof of the mouth, and feel into the back of the throat. Let's take a moment here, bending into the elbows, bringing the palms to touch overhead, spreading the fingers out wide and just pressing those palms together. See if as you have these bent elbows, you can let the chest sink a little bit more toward the floor. 2 deep breaths here. Hands come down to the mat. And then press yourself up, coming into your tabletop position. Stacking shoulders over wrists, knees under hips. Let's shift the gaze over the right shoulder, hips to the right. And then come back through center. Shift the hips to the left, gaze over the left shoulder. Come back through center, back over to the right. Back through center and over to the left. Come back through center, inhale, cow pose, arch the spine, lift the gaze, shine the chest forward. Exhale, cat pose, round the spine, head hangs heavy, press through your palms, tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale, arch and lift. Exhale, round and press. Inhale, arch and lift. Exhale, round and press. One more, inhale, arch and lift. Exhale, round and press, slightly sink the hips back, opening up through the shoulders, the chest, and the low back. Come back to neutral. Let that torso come to neutral. Tuck the tailbone under and engage through that core. Inhale your right hand high. Exhale, thread the needle. Let's bring the right hand to the left. Left hand comes forward. Right ear, right temple, rest down. Flip that right palm into the floor and take the left hand for a wrap around to your opposite hip crease as you lift your gaze and maybe even press the floor away as you can draw that right shoulder back. Take 2 deep breaths here. Bring the left hand back down to the mat, right hand unravels, reach it up, stack your shoulders, lift your gaze, wiggle out your fingers. Place that right hand back down. Inhale your left hand high, open through your chest, lift your gaze. Exhale, thread the needle. Left hand to the right hand side, right hand comes forward. Flip that left palm facing down. And let's take that right hand for a wrap around to the opposite hip crease. You can even press into the mat with the left hand as you draw the right shoulder back. 2 deep breaths. Bring that right hand back down to the mat. Unravel the left hand, reach it up, stack your shoulders, lift your gaze. Place it down into that tabletop position. Let's take that right leg, send it out behind you, roll out the ankle, point and flex the foot. Flex the toes down, engage through that leg. Let's pulse the leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plant the toes down, shift the hips back, press into that heel. And then shift forward and shift back. And shift forward and shift back. Come to neutral, right leg comes up. Bring it all the way through the center, forward into a low lunge. Sinking the hips forward, let's start by keeping the hands down on the mat as we sink the hips forward and start to open up through the hips. Start to heel toe that right foot outside to the edge of the mat. Keeping the hands planted down. Let's draw the right knee wide, sinking the hips down, opening up a little bit more through that right hip. Let's take 2 deep breaths here. As you ground down into your palms, send your right foot straight back out behind you. Press through your heel, flex your toes down, and let's pulse that leg again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let that knee come down. Let's switch it out. Send the left leg out long, roll up the ankle. Flex the toes down. Let's pulse that leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Toes come down, press the heel back and down, and shift from front to back. Come to neutral, bring that foot forward in between the hands, sink forward, be gentle here. I like to bring this left hand and kind of keep the left knee in nice and tight as you sink forward. Helps me to keep the alignment when I let the knee press into the arm, or more like the side of the leg press into the arm. Let's take that left hand to the inside edge of the left foot, heel toe the left foot out, coming into our lizard lunge. Ground down into those palms. Take a couple deep breaths here. Hands are grounded. Send that left foot straight back out behind you. Press through your heel. Let's pulse that leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to our tabletop position. Let's shift the upper body over to the right, forward, left, and then swing the hips back and around. Add in the breath. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Get a really big circle with these hips. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back, change direction, left, forward, right, back and around. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Come back to neutral, flip the toes, press your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Get your downward dog set up nice and sturdy. Feet are hip width distance apart. Hands are a little bit wider at shoulder width distance. I encourage you here to spread those fingers out wide. Sink the heels down as much as you can, and then sink the chest toward the thighs. You're creating this nice upside down V shape with the body. Take 2 deep breaths in your down dog. Ground down into your left foot, right leg lifts, press through the heel, roll out the ankle. Take that right knee and bring it to the right elbow as you shift forward, press it in, 2 deep breaths. Send that right leg up and back and release it down. Switching it up, left leg comes high, take a moment, roll out the ankle, really ground down into that right foot. And then shift forward, left knee, left elbow, 2 deep breaths. Send it up and back and release it down. Look forward, step forward, stay hinged forward. Let's heel toe those feet hip width distance apart. Grab opposite elbows, hang out in ragdoll, releasing any tension from the neck, shifting from right to left. Switch it out, bend into the right knee, plant the right hand down, straighten through the left leg, reach your left hand high, stacking your shoulders, lifting your gaze. And let's switch it out, left hand down, bend into the left knee, right leg straightens, reach the right hand high, 2 deep breaths. Release that right hand down. Take a deep bend into the knees. Let the torso rest on the thighs. Let the head hang heavy. 2 deep breaths. With that gentle bend in the knees, slowly start to roll up 1 vertebrae at a time, coming into our mountain pose. For your mountain pose, find that nice sturdy pose for your body. Maybe the toes and heels touch. Maybe there's space between the feet. You can tuck the tailbone under as you get nice and tall from the tailbone through the crown of the head. Let's inhale the shoulders to the ears and exhale, roll them down and back. And again, inhale as you lift. And exhale as you lower. 1 more. Inhale as you lift. And exhale as you lower. Clasp the hands together behind your back. Draw the shoulder blades together. Tilt the chin to the ceiling. 2 deep breaths. Release the palms. Let's inhale the arms up and sink into our chair pose. Draw the knees together. Sink the weight into the heels. Lift the toes off. Reach through your fingertips. 2 deep breaths. Take a forward fold, coming all the way down. Maybe even wrap your hands around the backs of your legs as you draw the crown down, drawing the upper body toward the lower body. Release the hands down, take a gentle bend in the knees as you rise all the way up to our mountain pose. Let's inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, palms touch, clasp the thumbs. Exhale, bend to the right, hips to the left, 2 deep breaths. Audible breaths. Inhale through center. Exhale, opposite side, 2 deep breaths. Breathe into that side body. Inhale through center. Exhale, cactus out your arms. Draw the shoulder blades together, opening through the chest. You got it. Gentle back bend, 2 deep breaths. Breathe into those lungs. Create space through the front line. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, left hand forward, right hand back for a twist. Gaze back, reach back. 2 deep breaths. Inhale through center. Exhale, right hand forward, left hand back, gaze back, reach back, 2 deep breaths. Inhale back through center. Exhale, chair pose, sink the hips back, reach the fingers forward, weights in the heels, lift the toes, 2 deep breaths. Exhale into your forward fold. Let your hands step your feet back into your high plank. Nice strong line of energy from the heels through the crown of the head. Shoulders are stacked right over the wrist. Press through those palms. 2 deep breaths. Shift your weight forward. Inhale here. Exhale, lower to a hover or all the way down. Squeezing the elbows in. Unflip the toes. Press through the palms. Upward facing dog. 2 deep breaths. Inhale here. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. 2 deep breaths. Ground down into your left foot, right leg lifts, bend your knees, stack your hips, opening up your body to the right, really pointing that knee up and letting your foot fall to the left. Look between your hands, slowly, gently, right foot comes all the way through, low runner's lunge. Take a moment, shifting forward, shifting back. We're going to shift back, straightening through the front leg, staying on the ball mat of the back foot, and then draw the forehead down, 2 deep breaths. Sink forward, stacking the knee over the ankle. Pop your back heel down at a 45-degree angle. Inhale as you rise to your warrior one. Front foot is pointed straight forward. Back foot's at a 45, pointed toward the top left corner of your mat. Hips and shoulders are square to the space in front of you. Let's spin the pinkies in. Draw the shoulders back and down. Inhale as you lift with your gaze. 2 deep breaths. Open up for your warrior two, paralleling your back foot to the back side of your mat, heel to arch alignment with the feet, that knees stacked over the ankles, shoulders are over the hips, chest is open, arms are straight and strong, reaching from fingertip to fingertip, gazes forward, 2 deep breaths. Back hand comes down, front hand comes up. Reach up, look up, 2 deep breaths. Back to your warrior two. Straighten that front leg, tick-tock forward. Right hand comes down. Let's plant that hand down as we reach the left hand up, lifting the gaze, 2 deep breaths. Bring that top hand down. Bend into the front knee, square the front foot, bump up on the back toes, and let's reach those arms up, coming into a high lunge. Big breath in and out. One more big breath in and out. Bring that left hand down, reach your right hand high, 2 deep breaths, twisted lunge. Right hand comes down, step that front foot back. Let's take it through that chaturanga. Inhale here, exhale lower. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Ground down into the right foot, left foot lifts. Bend your knees, stack your hips, open up your body to the left. Look between your hands, slowly, gently, left foot comes through. Low runner's lunge. Shift forward. Shift back, stay high on the ball mat of that back foot. Draw the forehead toward the shin wherever it comes to, 2 deep breaths. Sink forward, stacking the knee over the ankle, pop your back heel down at a 45-degree angle. Inhale as you rise to your warrior one. That front foot is pointed straight forward, hips and shoulders are squared forward. Spin the pinkies in, draw the shoulders back and down, lift the gaze, 2 deep breaths. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, open up to your warrior two, paralleling your back foot to the back side of your mat, heel to arch alignment. Gaze is forward, arms are straight and strong. That front knee is stacked over the front ankle, shoulders are stacked over the hips, reaching from fingertip to fingertip. 2 deep breaths. Back hand comes down, front hand comes back, reaching up, reverse warrior, 2 deep breaths. Back to that warrior 2, straight through the front leg, reach forward, left hand down, right hand high. Let's bring that left hand all the way down to the mat, and then reach, take 2 deep breaths. Then back into that front knee, bump up on your back toes. Use your core as you inhale, coming into your high lunge. 2 deep breaths, draw that back heel up. You got it. Right hand comes down, left hand reaches high, twisted lunge, 2 deep breaths. Left hand comes down, step that foot back. Let's take it through a chaturanga. Inhale at the top, high plank. Exhale, lower to a hover or all the way down. Unflip the toes, press through the palms, upward facing dog. Press back, downward facing dog. So good. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Look forward, step forward, start to sink the bottom all the way down. And let's grab our block. This is where we're using that block for our abs. First, start with a block between the knees as you're in your boat pose. So you really want to be on your sit bones here, not on the low back. Stay as tall as you can. If you need to have your feet down, that's totally okay. But let's, even if the feet are down, see if you can squeeze into your block or squeeze the knees together. Reach forward, find that balance for 5. Remember to breathe. 4, 2 deep breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Grab the block. Let's come all the way down to the back. Take the block, place it on the tops of the feet, finding that balance. Flexing your toes towards your face, feeling that engagement through the deep core. And let's lift up. See if you can tap your toes for 5, 4, 3. Powerful exhale as you lift. 2. Let's hold at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2. Grab that block and extend the left leg long. Take the right elbow, place the block between the right elbow, the right knee, lift up, engage, pause. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch it out. Left knee, left elbow, press. Engage that lifted leg, that extended leg can stay lifted. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both knees come in. Let's bring the knees into the chest, gently rock from side to side. Plant the feet on the floor, lift the hips up, bridge pose. You can take that block and place it underneath the low back or do it without. Lifting, tucking the chin, reaching forward, 2 deep breaths. Low back comes down, drop both knees to the right. Gaze over the left shoulder for our twist. 2 deep breaths. Gaze to the left, extend that right arm out, gaze to the right, 2 deep breaths. Knees come back through center. Come into that figure 4, right ankle above the left knee, reach for the back of the left knee. And let's shift from right to left. And you decide how much you pull the knee in, and that changes how much sensation you feel through the right hip. And we'll switch it out, left ankle above the right knee. You can reach for the back of that leg, draw that knee in, and then maybe bring in that shift. Come back through center, squeeze the knees in. Let's bring the soles of the feet together, the knees come out wide. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your chest. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Find that steady rhythm of breath. Noticing if your heart rate is elevated, knowing that the breath will regulate the heart rate. Bring the knees together and then send the legs out long. You can keep one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Just keep your presence on the breath. You can let your hands come down by your side. So 2 more final deep breaths here. Full, complete inhales and exhales. And knees in toward your chest. Let's do some circles with the knees, bringing the knees apart and together, apart and together. Change direction, together and apart, together and apart. Grab the backs of your legs or press yourself up, coming into a seated position. Round down into your sit bones, get nice and tall through the crown of your head. You can press those palms together and tuck your chin to your chest. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. I encourage you in this moment to send gratitude and appreciation to the physical self. And then send gratitude and appreciation to the mental self. And then send gratitude and appreciation to the emotional self. Knowing that our practice affects and benefits these different layers. It creates awareness physically, mentally, and emotionally. Thank you so much for being here, for showing up for you, for taking part in this practice and allowing me to share this practice with you. It's always my honor. The light, the love, the wisdom in me sees, honors, reflects, and encourages the light, the love, the wisdom in you. Namaste. Maybe you've wondered how I can say that, how I can say the light in me honors the light in you, or the love and the wisdom, when I can't actually really see you. If you're here and you're partaking in this practice, we are kindred spirits. And so I believe in the light, the love, and the wisdom in you without even needing to know you. I believe that there is one source that connects us all, and that is love. And that love is the light, and that love is the wisdom. So I believe that at your essence, you are light, love, and wisdom. And that's how I can say, without knowing you personally or seeing you, the light, the love, the wisdom in me sees, honors, reflects, and encourages the light, the love, the wisdom in you. I hope to see you again on your mats very, very soon. And until then, may your light, your love, and your wisdom be your guide forward.